Do you think Vegas and odds makers think a lot about the pressure on coaches and how that factors into a line they set? So the highest win totals in college football, according to our friends at FanDuel, are Ohio State, 10.5, Georgia, 10.5, Texas, 10.5, Oregon, 10.5, and Notre Dame. Notre Dame is tied for the highest win total, according to FanDuel, in all of college football. Here's why. Their schedule sets up in a very favorable fashion. Now, do I think that Notre Dame is capable of being a playoff team, is capable of swiping one of those 7 at-large spots because, of course, they are not in a conference, so they won't be able to get a top 4 bye in the college football playoff, and they won't be able to get an automatic berth? Yes, Notre Dame is indeed good enough to do that. Is 10-2 good enough? It at least puts you in the conversation. That would be under their win total. Boy, those are big expectations. Big expectations in South Bend for Marcus Freeman and company, who is a not too shabby 19-7 in the last couple of years as Notre Dame's head coach. And yet it feels like he's underachieved, doesn't it? Right? He also started 0-3 if you go back to the Fiesta Bowl when he took over for Brian Kelly, who departed for LSU. It was a rough start. There was a loss at home to Marshall in there. Things have improved since then. And Notre Dame, to me, feels like a team that is on the upward trajectory. And not just because they brought in a guy who I am very high on at quarterback in Riley Leonard. Is he Drake May or Caleb Williams or Michael Penix, anybody like that, Jaden Daniels? I don't think so, no. I don't expect him to be a Heisman Trophy contender. Here's what I do expect. That dude is gutsy. That dude, when you watch Riley Leonard play, you think grit, you think toughness, you think tenacity, you think just go out there and show me whatever you need to win. That's what it is. That's what Riley Leonard's game fundamentally is. But the schedule is the other reason that Notre Dame has got the highest win total in all of college football, or tied for it with 4 other power programs. So they open the season at Texas A&M. Now, that's kind of an interesting game, but it shouldn't be. That should not be that interesting of a game. You have the first-year head coach, Mike Elko, who is coming into a situation that isn't what you would describe as a bare cupboard, but they had some transfer portal departures. They brought some guys in that they're doing all right for themselves talent-wise. But you're at Notre Dame. I don't care that you're on the road at College Station. That place will be rocking because you'll have the hope and optimism of an 0-0 record, which can be a dangerous thing when fans are involved. Not physically. I'm just saying from a crowd level standpoint. When you have all the hope and prospects of this could be a great year, it could be better than we think, whatever your expectations are if you're a Texas A&M fan, yeah, that's going to be on full display in game 1. You talk about one of the headline games to begin the college football season in 2024. Ooh, baby. Ooh, that's a good one. That is a doozy. But it shouldn't be. You're in year 3. This is a full year 3 into it, or this is going to be the 3rd year after 2 full seasons, is what I am trying to say for Marcus Freeman and Notre Dame. You have brought in a high-profile transfer at quarterback. That's it. That's the conversation. Upward momentum, big expectations, as there should be. That's a game that Notre Dame should win. Then the schedule lightens up. Northern Illinois, I don't think, well, I would have said the same about Marshall, but no, I don't think Notre Dame loses that game. At Purdue, I think they'll be all right. Miami, not the Mario Cristobal-led Hurricanes. No. That's Miami of Ohio. And then things get a little interesting. That Louisville game on September 28th is going to tell us a lot about both of those teams. Because Louisville's brought in Tyler Shuck, the transfer quarterback from Texas Tech, who once upon a time transferred from Oregon as well, but experienced veteran guy in college football who's won some games, certainly capable, and I think can be as good, if not better, than what Jack Plummer was for the Cardinals last season. And so Jeff Brom and company have to go to South Bend. That, again, a game that Notre Dame should win. And between Texas A&M and Louisville, you can't lose more than one of those games. Cannot do it. Cannot have it. Cannot. What's the line that I'm searching for here? Can't do it. Cannot live with them. Cannot coach with them. Can't do it. Something to that effect. They host Stanford after a bye week at home. You know, Stanford's an interesting team. just because they played better than they should have last season with the amount of talent that they had. And if Troy Taylor, their head coach, starts to build up the talent base on the roster, Stanford could at least become interesting and relevant. I don't know if they'll ever be back to what they were in the Jim Harbaugh and early David Shaw days, but Stanford has been known to pull an upset a time or two. Take it from an Oregon fan. That sort of stuff can happen. Then they play Georgia Tech at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. They play Navy in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Now, just remember that Georgia Tech, did they, I'm just trying to put my thumb on it. Did they play their home games at Mercedes-Benz Stadium? Oh, that's right, they don't. Navy the following week in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Florida State at home, Virginia at home, Army at Yankee Stadium at USC. Do you understand what's happening here? There are 3 true road games on Notre Dame's schedule. 3 of them. Now, going at USC is difficult. Hosting Florida State is difficult. But this should be at least, and this is why the win total on FanDuel is so high. With this schedule and the way it shakes out, Notre Dame will play a true road game on September the 14th at Purdue. Their next true road game, they'll play 3 neutral site games away from South Bend. Their next true road game will be November 30th. They'll go the entire month of October without a true road contest. Year 3 for Marcus Freeman, Riley Leonard, favorable schedule. That is a trifecta of factors that lead to their win total being as high as it is. Maybe Notre Dame isn't quite the team that a Texas or a Georgia or Ohio State or Oregon is going into this year. But should their win total be as high as it is? Yes, it absolutely should be. Are they the sort of team that can contend for a national championship? They can compete for it. They can contend for it. But can they actually do it? Well, we're going to learn. That's September 28th game. Boy, that is a marquee matchup if I've ever seen one. Texas A&M week 1 on the road, that's not bad. That's not bad. But that Louisville game at home on September 28th, that's when we will learn a lot about the Fighting Irish this year. Appreciate everyone listening. I'll see you next time. And until then, hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.